just a little bit away from first pitch. Today's starting pitcher, Frankie Montas. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
Yeah, he's definitely had a struggle so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip. But he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win a ball game. So we know he's prepared. We know this guy is a competitor, and we'll watch how he works in this one.
Jason Dominguez, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Hit hard on the ground to short. One out in the top of the first. Here's a look at Aaron Boone's lineup for the Yankees. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Cody Bellinger.
Well, Boog, there aren't many guys who have a flair for the big moment like he does. I mean, batting over 400 with runners in scoring position. Are you kidding me? I know it's not guaranteed or an automatic, but I hope we get to see him in a close, late-game situation with runners in scoring position and just see, is he truly a machine or not?
Aaron Judge, batting with one down, takes a strike. Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. He flexes his power with that swing. His second home run of the series, and they jump out front. It's 1-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Here's Cody Bellinger. That one inside, and it's 1-0. The Yankees would love to get a win in this one to boost their postseason hopes.
Still a couple of months to go, Boog, but there's definitely a little more energy and pressure around each game right now. A win here would be a nice shot of momentum.
Next offering is down low. Montas maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
On the corner for a strike. Now 3-2. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Well, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up.
Two down, bases empty. Now here's Giancarlo Stanton. He has, as they like to say...
Let me guess, Boog. Light tower power?
That's right. Outside. Ball one.
One ball, no strike.
Two outs, bases empty. That's inside.
After giving up that home run earlier, it just doesn't seem like he wants to challenge him.
And that one hit 97 on the gun. Fouls one off. 2-2. That one missed. Battling here as he fouls it away. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Outside, and that is ball 4. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at bat.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
2 outs, runner at first. Jazz Chisholm Jr. getting ready to hit. That's inside. And that is ball 1. And a strike in there. Stanton leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That one hammered but pulled foul. Two outs.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
This one in the dirt. Ground ball right side. And that one finds its way through. And now 2 aboard. Here is Goldschmidt. Fastball is outside.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
Two aboard, 2 outs. In the dirt, blocked. To third, and it goes just foul.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
That one 95 to finish him off. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now 1-0. Back here with my pal Singy. And today's starter, Carlos Rodon. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
No, that's a ball.
And there's a foul ball. Rodon ready. Here comes. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
That misses, and now it's filled up 3-2. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1. Nobody out, runner at first.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Juan Soto now. Inside corner, that's a strike. 0-1.
There's no way around it. Soto is one of the most exciting players in baseball. His hitting skills are so advanced, you'd think he played in Major League Baseball in a different life or something.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your two-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss as you did right there.
Ball. 1-1.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Rodon fires. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We go on to inning number 2. Yankees 1 and the Mets nothing. Back here in Queens, top of the second. Here's the Yankees catcher now, J.C. Esquera. Montas back to work.
Ball.
Matthew Ross umpiring behind home plate for us in this one. He's got a reputation for having a bit of a wide strike zone, Chris.
Yeah, no doubt, Boog. He rewards pitchers when they're working the edges and sometimes a little bit beyond that. So for the hitters, just have to really be aware. Don't miss your pitch when you get it early in the count.
Off
That's
the
the
mark
ball.
there. The count now 2-2. Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the latter, because pitcher's got to pitch to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to his strength. So you're aware of it, but you have to just hunt for what you can handle.
Anthony Volpe digs in now. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Hit in the air, right field, and that'll fall for a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Wastes no time there, and now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
And now it's DJ LeMahieu digging in. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. Yeah, that's fouled off. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball's going to get down because of that.
Runner takes off. Pitch outside. Throw to second. Tag. And they got him.
Usually when you see a team try to steal a base in the early innings, it tells you they want to be aggressive on offense. Try to force the defense to make plays and slow them down. That's exactly what they did right there. So we'll see if that caught stealing changes the offensive approach moving forward.
Next offering is in for a strike.
There's one guy that I can think about, Bird, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Now fly ball to right center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is that. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Now to the bottom of the second. Yankees 1 and the Mets nothing. We head to the bottom of the second. Jeff McNeil stands in. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. There's the strike. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. Right through there for a strike.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. And there's a ball. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Well, he's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break that rhythm. Maybe it's square around the bunt, step out of the box, agitate him a little bit, do something that just changes what's happening right now, because at this pace it's going to be a long game, so you got to figure it out quickly.
Luis Torrens stands in now and watches strike 1. 1 out, base is empty. Swings and misses. That is strike 2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. You got to put a ball in play.
2 down, nobody on. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
0-2.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. We head on now to the top of the third. Yankees 1 and the Mets nothing. And we're back. And now the DH, Jason Dominguez. Dominguez hitting leadoff in today's game. And he was born in the Dominican Republic. Fouled off left side. The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike. Line drive, caught.
They put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives won't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
And now big number 99, Aaron Judge. He's already homered in this game.
Judge enjoyed success at the major league level right away. He hit 52 home runs as a rookie, breaking Mark McGwire's record, and became the first Yankee to win Rookie of the Year since some guy named Derek Jeter.
1-1 now. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Here comes Cody Bellinger. He's 0 for 1. Finds its way through, base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone. And now it's Giancarlo Stanton. Walked his first time. And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
Love to see it. Power versus power right there.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in play somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. 1 for 1 with a single so far. On the ground, right side, Mauricio. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. Yanks strand a pair, but they still lead it 1-0. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the second baseman, Ronnie Mauricio. Fastball is outside.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Esquera down to first. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one.
No ball. 1 strike.
That one ripped. In one, hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
And that one fouled off. One out, the runner at second here in the last half of the third. That's off the mark, and the count even 1-1.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Rodon sets and deals. Swing and a miss as he was out front. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. In for a strike. 0-1. And ball one.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
That's a strike. Going to count 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes.
Now that's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Back now with the Subway Series. On to the fourth. And here's the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. And makes the grab. And there's one away.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball. Just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Esquera in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
1-1.
Gets under it and pops it up. Baden has a beat on it. Snags it for the second out. Two outs, base is empty. And now it's going to be Anthony Volpe. A single his first time. On the ground, right side, and foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Now a pop-up on the infield. Mauricio. And that'll do it. 1-2-3, go the Yankees. But they hold a 1-0 lead. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's Juan Soto. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to? And it looks like trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. They're still chasing it as he rounds second. And he's into third base with a leadoff triple.
Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
And that one fouled off. Runner at third, nobody out. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And fouled off. Just missing there, and the count is 1-2.
And an area that goes unnoticed is the coach that's responsible for positioning, and then the research person that's providing the information. So what we're seeing in baseball, so many more people behind the scenes that are contributing to the success between the lines.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Back when you played, it wasn't the empirical data we have now. It was a guy with a ruler and a diamond taking a colored pencil and drawing a line where he thought someone had hit the ball, right?
That, or just going off of gut or feel. What does it look like his swing is today? What's the pitcher throwing? They are sticking to the metrics and what seems to be most consistent for that hitter, regardless of who the pitcher is on the mound.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Runner at third here, nobody out. Got him. So he cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout.
Now at 10 Ks with still a few innings left, so expect him to add on to that total. And you know, pitchers are looking to have a strikeout per inning. I mean, that's excellent work. The way it looks now, I mean, he's going to have a better rate than that in this one. So really good stuff working on the mound in this one.
McNeil in the box now, takes strike 1.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. Not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
See ya! Strikes him out for the second time today.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third, 1 out, couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up, and that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason, and that helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
Fastball for a strike. Soto at third with 2 away. Fought off foul.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Got him swinging. Huge strikeout there.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back now with the Subway Series. Ready now for the 5th inning. Now here is DJ LeMahieu. Montas back to work. Line drive, and that's base hit out into left center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
And he grounds one to the right side. Off balance feet, there's one. And that's all they'll get. Here comes Aaron Judge. He's already homered here in this one. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second, and he's out.
You can have all the speed in the world, but if you don't have a good lead and a good jump, sometimes it's best to just shut it down. You can't just think that you're going to outrun the baseball. Really good job. Pitcher getting the ball to the catcher. Nice throw down to second base. Probably would have been better served shutting it down after that bad jump.
Two outs. Swing and a miss.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Clay Holmes up and throwing. Davinsky also getting ready. And that's a little bit high. And that's ball one.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game. Yanks held in check. They lead it 1-0. Back here at Citi Field, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Down to third baseman, Brett Beatty. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Right side. LeMahieu is there. Throws to first in time. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. Ronnie Mauricio now. 0 for 1 so far. That one outside. Ball one. The Mets down by a run. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's outside. And that's ball 2. And misses inside.
3-1.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Esquera gathers, throws to first, in time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike.
Well, he hadn't seen that changeup the entire at bat until that put-away pitch, and it's pretty tough to deal with as a hitter. You're up there battling, trying to read and react with 2 strikes, and then all of a sudden a pitch comes out of nowhere, and it's a good changeup. It's just almost impossible to hit it when you haven't seen it.
Taylor swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the 2nd time today.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
That's too low. Now 1-2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
And down on strikes. And the whiffs just keep on coming. He's up to 14 now. Mets go down quickly. And it remains 1-0. A new pitcher in the game, Clay Holmes.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Well, 1-run game. And stepping in for the Yankees, Cody Bellinger. In for a strike, 0-1.
Some hitters are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Not even close there. And it's a ball and a strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Richard Lovelady getting ready to go. Next offering is fouled back. And he hits a ground ball right side. On to first. And that's one out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. Here's Stanton now. He is struck out and he is walked. Holmes in his 7th season, 31 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. Bases empty, one away, and we're the top half of the 6th. Bounce to the right. Bounces into the outfield, base hit.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Now a chance for Jazz Chisholm Jr. Next offering is fouled back. Backed off the plate that time. Stanton at first, one gone. On the ground, 2 ball. To Mauricio for 1. Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. Yankees 1 and the Mets nothing. Back here in Queens, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Brandon Nimmo. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike.
1 strike.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Next offering misses. 1-2 to count. Strike three. Got him swinging. And he runs the strikeout total to 15 on the day.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
The shortstop takes the ball. Next offering is in for a strike.
He's gotten into a really good rhythm, set down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. The Mets trailing by a run here in the bottom of the 6th. Next offering down in the dirt.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Lindor started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and he went, says Dave Lawrence.
Tasked with 1, 2, and 3 to start this inning, but no trouble so far. I'm sure he'd love to strike out the side here. Make a little statement, but you got to be composed in this spot. Focus on getting this next guy. You got 2 good outs. Want to get the 3rd one and avoid the middle of that lineup coming up with a base runner. Could become dangerous.
That one fouled off. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. Yankees 1 and the Mets nothing. And we're back. All set for the start of the inning. And now the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt. That one ripped right center field. That's back. Oh, you are a star, aren't you? That'll fire up the dugout. His 9th homer of the year, and they add to the lead. It's 2-0. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Esquera up to hit for the 3rd time as he lays off inside ball 1. Chopper to second. Mauricio. That's the first out at the top of the 7th.
Now batting shortstop Anthony Volpe.
Now it's the shortstop Anthony Volpe. 1 for 2. That's to 3rd. Now 2 away.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
Up to the plate steps DJ LeMahieu. Out towards right center. That's well struck. Ranging back. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're dialed into the show. Set for the last half of the 7th, and here's the first baseman, Pete Alonso. Line to left. Fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. The throw into second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now there are several ways that they can get this run across.
McNeil up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. Swinging a foul out of play.
So what we're seeing is a lineup that's just out of sync with the pitcher. They're guessing wrong and their timing's off.
Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider.
And this ball gets down. It's a hit. Runner from second crosses the plate, and it's a 1-run game.
Well, that's a lonely feeling for an outfielder. The read wasn't.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Carlos Rodon is done in this one, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. They go with one of their more experienced arms in this spot, Mark Leiter Jr.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Now at the plate, Luis Torrens popped up, and that's a foul ball. Trying to move him over here. They put the tag on him, and he gets the job done. And next for the Mets, Brett Beatty. 0 for 2 in this one. Tap foul at the plate. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Next one is off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Stays alive. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
On the outside corner, got him looking.
Well, even if you don't feel great about it, you got to swing the bat with 2 strikes in this situation. You've got the tying run out there in scoring position. Just put the ball in play. Maybe something good will happen. It just didn't look like he understood the situation.
Mauricio can't hold up, and that's a strike. Next pitch is outside.
1-1. 2-1.
Squirts away a little bit. And the runner holds. So the tying run at second. And downstairs.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
3-2.
Swing and a miss, and that is that. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. 8th inning coming up. It's the Yankees 2 and the Mets 1. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Reed Garrett. He's been so good against lefties. Now it's the DH, Jason Dominguez. 0 for 3. In this one. Swing and a miss. Action in the Mets bullpen. Huascar Brazoban, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Davinsky getting cranked up as well. That one misses. 1-1. On the inside corner for a strike. That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning. Here is Aaron Judge. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn it into a 3-run game in the blink of an eye. And Judge takes a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
Next pitch downstairs, and it's 1-1. Runner at first with no outs here. Runner on the go. Squirts away a little bit. No throw, safe at second. He goes down looking.
Set him down on strikes on just 4 pitches that time, and this was just classic east-west pitching, Boo, and that's not as common these days. They went in, away, in, and then back away for the called 3rd strike, and that kind of pitching makes it tough on you as a hitter to know where to look, especially with 2 strikes.
Now a check on him at second, back safely. And up to the plate comes Cody Bellinger. And a foul ball. Chopped left side. Toss to Alonso. And Bellinger is out. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Out in front and foul to the left side. Next pitch is outside.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
That one down the line. Whips it across. And that is that. The Yanks lead 1 as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, number 70. And this is the best way to make your major league debut. No one on base.
Yeah, you're already going to be a little nervous out there, so I think it's a nice job by the skipper to get him in here without any added pressure with traffic on the bases.
Taylor in the box now, takes strike 1. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Looking to get the tying run on base.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down 1. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
And that one fouled off. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
That pitch gets the inside corner. Strike 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Holding on to a 1-run lead here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Struck him out swinging. And he strikes out the side here in the 8th. Down in order go the Mets. And our score remains 2-1. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Huascar Brazoban.
He's having a ton of success facing left-handed hitters this season, so this seems like a smart move. To turn to him with a lefty at the plate.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line, and no one can get there. Now he'll turn for second, and he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. That was one of those swings that feels like you're swinging an aluminum bat. It jumped off so hard, squared it up, and it went screaming at 108 miles per hour.
Paul Goldschmidt now hit on the ground to short. Oh, the throw is over his head. Now second and third, and nobody out. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2. And now the catcher comes up to hit, J.C. Esquera. And that is out of play.
Don't be surprised, a ball on the ground to the corners, that they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
And strike 2. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. In comes some insurance as the runner scores from third. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
And here is Anthony Volpe. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Way back there. Oh, you are a star, aren't you? He made him pay for that one, and they add a pair. It's 5-1. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Huascar Brazoban departs, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. Taking over on the mound for the Mets, Chris Davinsky. This is his 5th appearance of the year. Now it's LeMahieu up to hit. 1 for 3. In the air, right field. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. 2 down. Next is the designated hitter, Jason Dominguez. On the ground, right side, and he can't come up with it. Still manages a throw. He can't flip it to the pitcher in time, and they catch a break as they get a base runner at first. It's Aaron Judge now. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball one. And that's downstairs and outside. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Ryan Stanek preparing to come on if needed. Lovelady, a left-hander, also throwing. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. Gets it there in time, though. He keeps his composure, and they get the out. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. It's now a 5-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the right fielder, Juan Soto. Inside. And it's 1-0.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
Alonso in the box now. No balls and a strike. Pulls that one foul. One down, base is empty. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Swings and misses. And they're down to their last out.
You know, Boog, you often think a slider's more for that horizontal movement, but most of the good ones have both vertical depth and that horizontal movement, and that's what we saw right there. Good drop on the break and got him to swing over the top.
Next offering is in for a strike. Fouled off to the right. 2 down, nobody on. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
The ball for his first career save deserves to be on display at his house. I mean, it's kind of like when a restaurant frames its first dollar bill somewhere on a wall. You just can't forget your first save.
5-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long